One of the things you could do in this draft, of course, is play Cassante and you know, have some great setup for this Xayah, but she's pretty low range. The Ornn is going to give you just another angle of attack from distance here with the Ornn Horn
in this draft here for T1. So a very interesting start already to the series. Let's hop into the Rift for game one.
I think Chovy's very excited to play this mid matchup here after coming off a series against Zeka, which did go a little bit back and forth, right? But obviously Chovy did end up proving that he's in top form in his bigger champion pool. So we're going to have to hold our thought on this. Owner coming around here, level 3 gang.
Yeah, level 3, there's the engage onto Pace. The Ignite comes in, and if you get this early gank in, you might be able to turn the tides to this bottom lane as the crash down is there. Pace, though, no flash, no summoners at all, and now we do have a ton of damage going into Pace, but we also have Peanut making his way down here as flash still available for Guma. I don't think that they have the damage quite to get in here on the side of Gen G, so it's just first blood to the side of T1, and now Delight's gonna get stunned up. He gets rooted down, flash in, but there's a shield on Faker, as now T1 gets 2 kills and a win in mid, taking away Chovy's flash. Kill the assist on the Xayah.
Yeah, I mean, you can't see it in the CS numbers, obviously, but that's a ton of gold she picked up on a weak side lane. This Faker.
Level 6, and look at this, no flash for Chovy. It's as free as that. The rocks are on the ground. Doesn't matter. Just gonna delay his inevitable death. And this is level 6 Azir against a flashless Reek. Just kind of settle things down as now they're trying to get aggressive here onto Guma, at least force some summoners out. There's the cleanse, but Polymorph coming in, already a lot of damage. Pay's going to hold on to the Moonlight Vigil. Doesn't want to trade ultimates just yet, and probably didn't think he had kill pressure with
lane. I think was even clearing a ward nearby, so he had to just let the wave push. And Herald is getting taken. Oh, okay.
Magnus Storm coming in. Chovy here, he has flash this time, so Owner just gonna pass go and collect flash. I guess the ult is gonna come in here, and the Ornn's not in position to take it down, so Zayu's trying to keep them around. Chovy just trying to keep them out of the fight. Doran just leaps away as this Rift Herald is taken by Gen G. The second they see Owner in their jungle, they say, well, we can take this objective.
That's the one point of attack T1 hasn't found. They got the success in mid, they got those kills bottom side, but this Jax is still a problem they need to solve.
Well, they're gonna take a free Lulu on their way, I guess, as Delight is gonna get caught here. Might have to flash. Faker takes a ton of damage as Delight is out, and now Guma forced to go into that Featherstorm pretty early. Chovy, though, no flash. Peanut not gonna overcommit on this one, and the root comes in. And Gen G say, okay, you get away with it this time. And it's not that, okay, Peanut's in your face all the time kind of counter-jungling style, as, oh boy, we got Keria in a World of Hurt here, does not have flash, and with the Unbreakable Will, not able to actually get the combo because of the Polymorph, and now Owner's here, trying to help out, but he's almost dead as well. Magnus Storms the Lulu alone, as yes, the kill will go to Guma. But it's 2 to the side of Gen G.
Pace is actually going to be able to drop they're going to drop this Herald for him and pick up so much money here. As Faker also a little bit overextended. Looks like they're not going to hard commit any further.
He is here, but the knock-up and the stun comes in. Where's Peanut? Doesn't have his ult just yet. Just got it now. Not even going to need it, actually, as Chovy very slyly just going to dodge the ultimate. And you were right, Faker just very overextended there. This is going to be a potential as Pace. This is very suspicious, as now the teleport's coming in the wall. It's cleansed there. Is the Sejuani ultimate. Keria still behind. Now the counter teleport coming in, and Pace will have to flash away from this one. So Keria going to take a flash on his way out, I suppose, as both teams commit heavily to the bottom lane.
Yeah, a big commitment there from T1, and Gen G read it well. They have the ward there.
Owner spending a lot of time on this Rift Herald, but I thought they were going to commit heavier to the bottom side push. Instead, they're actually trying to take Owner out here, as the flash is going to just be wasted. But at least Owner is not able to pick up the eye.
But,
okay, well, maybe he will get the eye. I guess, you know, he will get the eye, actually. He gets out, he has to use flash, crash down, etc. But
quite significant, actually, that he picks up the play. Feels a lot better now for T1 as Chovy.
He's going to have to flash again as Keria going to taxi onto the minion. The seismic shove comes in, but is not going to survive against 3 as Owner shows up once again, this time to take out
Chovy to probably go Leandris. He did ultimately make that choice as well. Oh, he's concerned about the rotation. And he's like, oh, I can't get the eye, but then... Got it. And he just tells Faker to get out.
which means that they might commit to this one.
Yeah, Torin, it has the flank angle here with Chovy. The Weaver's Wall engage.
All right, well, that ult was a big questionable, not going to hit anyone. And now the wall can be broken by Zeus if they even need it. Keria just going to dodge the Moonlight Vigilance now. Gen G just want to get out, but Faker has other ideas as he's going to take a ton of damage, though. He's the one that goes down as the ult on the Sejuani was not the play, but Lulu will be the casualty here on the side of Gen G. So they engage onto Sejuani, don't take her out finally at the end, and the Lulu will go down, but Genji will push them away, and this Dragon, yeah, you got to go into the team fights as T1. That's how you're going to win, as now the Magnet Storm is just going to totally miss, as now Doran going to set up 3, and the Waffle combo is huge from the side of Genji, as yes, Delight might go down again, but it doesn't matter because Gen G are just winning this fight. Zay's going to go down as well. Double kill to Pays, and now they're going to try their luck at this Baron.
Completely.
Uh-oh.
As Faker coming over.
I don't know about this. He does do a nice amount of poke damage, but he can't go 1v4. You see, Keria is just backing, and now Faker, he is going to skirt around the rocks. Not sure if he gets out here, actually. Flash committed to by Peanut. Just for the headbutt of Keria, but now it's Keria who has to pay for the sins of Faker. Faker will get away, but Gen G, they are going to burst into the lead after this.
The only way they could have set up for a turn was Baron. They lost that opportunity, and you're just not going to get another chance to have that proper setup on Baron in this game. Yeah. And on Elder, you're going to have to walk into his Peanuts.
Oh, they're going to catch the Xayah. Guma's just 100 to 0'd, and Keria is also going to go down, taken out. Double kill for FaZe, as the Magnet Storm is just desperate, and T1, they don't have a leg to stand on now, even in the team fight, as okay, you're gonna bounce the Jax to the sky, but he still has Counter-Strike, and he's still gonna take out Owner. And Gen G, they are just ruthless. They're not gonna waste any time to end this game.
The bigger problem here with no inhib, as this is a great play for Peanut. Dashes over the wall here, and he's just fishing for the Xayah. If he gets the Xayah, he can commit to kill it, to kill him, and he does.
Tricky kind of engage there onto the Xayah. They catch her off guard, as Owner might just die here. I mean, he has Flash, but he will be forced to use it as that comes in. The Blast Cone kind of trolling Pays, but I don't think that Gen G really care at this point, as Doran will have to use his stopwatch as he bonks the cow on the head. Not even giving Doran a chance to side lane even with the teleport. There is a Baron here, so they're just going to go for that instead. As now the turn coming out of the jungle. T1 do not have vision of the jungle at this point in time. Gen G just running at them. Faker isolated. Keria trying to peel for him. Guma is going to cleanse, but a huge burst comes out from the Talia, as Faker is just not a factor in this fight, and Doran will just threaten that backline. Guma can't do anything as he's hunted down by the Jax, and Gen G, now it feels like they really have broken the back of the space, but they don't have a wave.
Yeah, not yet.
So they'll just wait for that.
Yeah, we're waiting for that super mini to come over here, and then it is going to be as easy as you like it.
Look at his face.
Redemption dropped on top of the team here. And I gotta say, Valdez, it was a pretty impressive game from Gen G. It was definitely a little bit of mental damage, potentially, as you mentioned here. Gen G just making it look easy.
Yeah. Mental and emotional damage done in game number 1. 20 kills to the side of Gen G as they stomp out T1 in game number 1.
And if they sit back and let the Baron go, the game ends. If they walk towards Gen G and get engaged on, the game ends. It was a choose-your-own-adventure there from that point in time. And
yeah.
for Jonas Strong and crew, I love that they showcased that T1 just were going in completely blind to those final exchanges. By Vi, Ahri, or just Ahri, honestly, in any point of the game where Ahri is ahead and fed. And you take the Alistar here, and now Zeri has a few options she can play with. Obviously, the Lulu is banned away. The Rakan, I think, still works with his draft, even into the Alistar here. But you could also just, okay, well, the conversation's over.
But again, from game 1, they're really going to have to prove something big here in game 2 if they're going to. Whereas Gen G, once again, only praise for them. We'll see how it goes as we hop on the Rift for game number 2. As we are going to have a start here on the red buff for Owner. Saw a lot of pressure from Gen G at level 1, trying to get wards down, trying to spot exactly where Owner was going to start with this pick.
And no wards, into what Gen G is playing. It's really hard to get a ward up to spot Peanut's pathing here in this game. So
I'm not worried about that one loss.
So Peanut here is actually going to wrap around and maybe try to grab an early flash here from Faker.
Yeah, I mean, the weak foundation, Faker just not going to flash until this moment, as he will take a big amount of damage if that charm hits.
Yeah. This is why I said 4 of the wins for the Ari are Chovy, or 3 of the wins are Chovy.
3 out of the 4.
Yeah, 3 of the 4.
In this matchup. Back from his 80 carry. Here comes Peanut, and I don't think Zeus has any idea about this, but Doran is very low. There's quite a large wave here as well.
Gonna force it.
Side, as yeah, they're gonna go for this level 5 hit from Zeus. He's still gonna flash away as Peanut just blocking him, and no belly boop means that, oh, he's gonna save it actually. He did have it, and Doran is just gonna get pushed away. Holds on to his flash though, and will have flash advantage in the top lane.
But ultimately could not, so good for T1. Faker in trouble.
Level 6 hit here for Chovy. He's going to be pushed into the turret as the charm is going to miss. And that means that Peanut will not commit. Chovy's taking a huge amount of damage from the minions as well. We're going to lock on a Faker here. The soldier's going forward, but Chovy going for the aggressive play. The action in this case is Keria. Kind of a funky spot, but he's okay. No, he's just going to get ulted by this area. I'm like, yeah, he should be okay. Nope, just going to have to run this one away.
Owner's here.
Owner is here. He's going to hop on in. Paige just dashing away. Delight says, I will flash. As now on the top side, ult committed to here by Doran.
Far away. He's doing red buff right now. This could actually work with the wave escorting Owner through. He's got 6.
He's going to get dive on as you can't dodge the Kha'Zix's Q as the barrel comes in and an arcane comment. Not quite going to be enough. Doran holds on to his flash.
And that was a very close call, but Doran handles it well. And will they actually get the counter here? No vision.
Maybe. Zeus does have flash, but there's 3 members of Gen G, and the back completed here for Owner. Just an ult away from death as Doran pretty low, and it's probably not going to matter. Holding Counter-Strike, you see Zeus trying to... Oh, Doran really flying close to the sun. Flashes after he dies, but it's still first blood to the side of Gen G.
Greedy here, but you know that Owner backed. He's on the other side of the map. And let's see how
Pays. All right, just gonna face check the Kha'Zix. He's just dead as Owner will just collect a kill. As Doran is going to take this turret plate.
He is going to greed for it, and I think it's when you see that play bottom side there, you feel pretty confident you can pull it off. Kha'Zix is obviously not top side, so they can get more down here.
Trying to go pretty deep for this one, trying to get on top of Peanut, but the peel from the Rakan is huge. Guma taking a lot of damage, but it works out for him. The turret shots getting Keria and Guma so low as Doran, he's going to get in here, hits the stun, as now Keria not going to help out his Kha'Zix. It looks like a dead bug once again as Doran going to pick up a double kill in the bottom lane with a huge teleport.
Teleport even committed here. Let's see, T1 don't have control of the choke points, so it's really hard to actually start this one up.
Uh-oh, Owner, he's going to get knocked up by the Rakan of all people as Kha'Zix. He doesn't flash, he doesn't jump away, just doesn't expect the Rakan to be there, I'm not sure, but
yeah, usually
bit of a mistake, and Gen G will run away with this objective.
Usually the Rakan, the natural predator of the Rakan is the Kha'Zix, not the other way around.
Oh boy. Well, now we got a charm to come in, and at least looks like Doran didn't have his Counter-Strike as T1 are trying to fight for this. This is a 3v5, okay? Faker's not in this fight. You can't fight for this. Just a bit of poke coming down, and Gen G get the
they're trying to set a trap. We actually have positional prio here. Zeus also teleports in the nick of time to try to deny Chovy entry. This is a great setup for T1.
Yeah, no TP for Doran. They just want to go for it. That is a dead Zeus, as now the fight may heavily go in the way of Gen G as the knock-up here on a Peanut, but he's got stopwatch as Faker is going to go down for free. Gen G just trying to get as much value on the backside of this fight as possible, as they do get 2 kills, but T1 did take down the Baron. Let's see how much else Gen G can get.
The problem is they lost the Baron buff on their solo laners for it.
Yeah, and Gen G are going to push here.
Yeah, they're just going to push and take this turret out, and I thought that the attempt to take Baron was fantastic, but you lost too much here, and
that follow-up, like Zeus going down is fine, but the extra is not. His Owner again is going to get knocked up by Delight, who just has his number in this game. And now Chovy, the pick potential, the mobility, everything coming forward, and maybe it's late, but 21 minutes in, Zeri gets a double kill.
Yeah. He looks clearly annoyed by the fact he has to play this pick, and he's now been just destroyed by Delight super hard twice in this game, and he's calling that they're coming for the dragon here, and it's just a really easy pick onto the Kha'Zix, and like T1 just looking all out of sorts here, and it's so unusual.
As we'll save that for another time. We got to talk about this Baron fight. Gen G going to start this one up as the charm is going to hit Guma, forces the cleanse, but enough delaying of time here from the side of T1, and now Doran gonna have to flash out of this one, and the follow-up comes in! That is a dead Jax as Gen G leave him to the side, and now T1 will start up this Baron.
Oh man, this is just such fantastic map reads from T1. The teleport from Faker just right in the middle of the team fight. That's how confident they are. They have control. Peanut has flash, but won't be able to contest
Oh,
this early.
Peanut getting in. He is just dead now, though. Not able to steal that one away as the wombo combo onto Zeri. Down will go Pays. Not even allowed to flash out of that one. Owner trying to land a slow. Zeus getting really deep in for this one as well. But the W speed up and the miss on the W from Owner means that he just walks it out.
All right, they will be able to do a ton with this Baron. I mean, this game is 100% T1's to lose now. I really loved how they set that one up. Clear the Drake as quickly as possible. That Faker Kha'Zix damage. Faker waits because he has teleport so he can show up to the Baron fight. They send Owner over first, and Gen G just get destroyed on this subsequent fight. Not even close, and Chovy missing a lot of critical charms here. Might be his first loss of Aria on the season if things continue like this. 2 inhibs down now.
All right, trying to do it again as the charm angle, again, not going to hit. Faker just stands his ground, and Doran's caught again! Just gonna get comboed by Keria and put into the death realm. As now Zeus and Guma trying to lead the charge here. They don't have a wave, but they're just gonna sit on the turrets, 5v4.
They have a lot of damage for these turrets as well as a cannon minion here now, and this might just be the beginning of the end here. Gen G, they don't have really great tools to turn this. Delight's ult's coming back up, but even getting into position is going to be really difficult. He's got the flank.
He does, but there's just a Gragas zoning him. There's an Alistar zoning him. He has to engage onto Xayah with Featherstorm, and they're just not even going to get an angle to do it. They're just going to end the game. Will T1, and they tie up the series. Yes, they are very bursty, but Pays never really given a chance to pop off. Nobody really given a chance after any picks or anything like that. T1 just allowed to control the game.
Things are going to get a little bit awkward here. Jace indexes into a lot of poke. Does feel like a matchup you can play into the Renekton. As they're going to force the Yone synergy potentially here. Zaya's shaking his head. Set?
He's like, not that one. Hover me a new one. Nope, not that one. Definitely not that one.
I think he's playing Gnar. He's going to lock it in. And so no value out of the Sejuani here in this draft, really.
Hey, you got Mega Gnar.
I mean...
Yeah, definitely a lot of carry potential on that side. But let's see what happens as we hop onto the Rift for Game 3.
That's not actually true. She has a great ultimate. She is very strong in the early levels at setting up ganks. But when you look at what the follow-up for that Glacial Prison is on the composition, there's not a lot of great ones.
Man.
You know? I mean, he has a 5-letter name. I couldn't quite do it exactly the way, but, you know, it's 2 syllables.
Makes sense. Okay, we're getting in there on the Owner, who does smite away the Scuttle. He's trying to get over to the speed here, but the flash isn't really going to get him into a safe spot. There's not a lot of damage between these two, but they finally do get the job done. As Owner, I hope that Scuttle Crab was worth it.
Yeah, just to add insult to injury, this early game Sejuani with no permafrost setup is going to really hurt.
Baker?
First strike value.
Yeah.
+9, baby. That's the Faker dip.
Okay, Chovy's going to shuffle way in there, but Owner going to be spotted on the ward. Chovy, not really the best of trades here. He's going to get hit by the flail as well, but Peanut will make his way in. As both junglers trying to make a play here. Faker very low, but so is Chovy. Chovy having the better range at this point as Peanut trying to push Owner away. And that's going to be a win for Gen G in the 2v2, just in terms of pushing potential. As now got a little scuffle down in the bottom lane.
Yeah, Chovy,
what's happening?
He also went for Doran's ring and has a mana advantage here, so Faker actually forced to back now with no teleport. Feels very awkward. He could stick around, and Owner once again caught out.
Well, the blast plant is there, but he's super low, and Delight's actually here now as the shield does come down, but it looks like just a Fed kill over to Pays. As Owner is going to go down for the second time in this game. Yeah, it is a bit. We had a mini Zeri moment, not a real one, just a kill, as now just walking in, nearly smites it away to Peanut. Looks like he didn't quite have it, actually. So just going to be another Owner death. They do get the Mountain Drake, but this is very concerning as a sheepish grin is on the face of Owner.
And
yeah, it's like the anti-treasure hunter, right? Now just Doran and Delight need one. As Pays is getting run down here, he's going to get knocked up. That is a dead Zeri, if I've ever seen one, as Delight now trying to extend this one as Peanut is making his way down, but it's just a good 2v2 And Peanut, this is what he does best. He gets a lead in the jungle matchup, and he punishes. He's getting in onto Owner now. He has his own red buff. And Owner's just trying to secure a red buff of his own at this point. So does land the smite, and now they're turning this one as Peanut not really in a position, doesn't have a way to get out, as that's a kill actually going over to Peanut, maybe going too far, as now Carrier making his way in. The Emperor's Divide, but it's 2v4, and Doran is kind of left to the Wolves here. He doesn't have his flash just yet, but it's very close, as he is just going to dash his way out barely.
And as they will be able to take this Herald topside. Meanwhile, Carrier has 6.
Trying to make a play here on a Delight, but he is going to crash down away as Pays gets charmed up, and he doesn't have any summoners. The Zerial comes out, but it is too little too late. 2 kills go to Guma.
I don't know if we call that a Zaya moment. I think we call it a Guma Carrier moment. It's the second time in a row they end up finding a small advantage against this Zeri in lane. Level 6 gets hit by Carrier.
Picked up Ludens. Could be a big difference maker in this fight. Carrier looking for the angle from the left side. They're going to get in onto the Rel, actually. Delight just gets 100 to 0, but that's the support. As now Doran coming in from behind. Zeus trying to make a big play here onto Zeri and will take him out. And now it's 5v3 in favor of T1. They have the damage. They take out the Renekton, and Chovy is alone versus like 8,000 people. It's a double kill now for Guma, as T1 will take down the fight.
Oh man, T1, Zay is saving the play. This guy. And Doran's going to get a turret here. Looks like that's going to go over. Herald getting dropped here after Outer. They're going to try to heavily commit to get that inner gold, and they're set up for this.
Yeah, definitely can just try to siege this. The Sedge ult comes out, but the follow-up from the Maokai. Guma just going to cleanse, just to be safe. Ult here from Carrier, going to catch Chovy, and again, he's just going to be burst down as the Rel goes in just to die. As, man, that is a very nice setup here from T1, and they're just catching Genji bit by bit. As now Doran, yeah, he's pushing, but Faker can just TP in.
Yeah, and because Doran didn't have teleport, there was nothing he could have done about this play. This could just be an early inhib if they want to commit to it. There's no turret outer and mid. There's no bot at all. And this is the call to go on to the Azir. As like basically Carrier, he sees the angle and he calls it out. The flash is so beautiful, and I mean this is just from the regular perspective here now after Carrier's play, and then Zayas just goes in here and pulls Peanut basically max range. There's nothing Pays can do. He's
so much of the carry potential on the side of Genji is just gone. As Guma gonna pull back some feathers. Man, they are really ripping into them now as the Maokai ultimate is gonna come out, but easy Feather Storm now for Guma, who is immensely fed, and now the flank is gonna come in. Genji, they keep trying to opt into this fight, and they're just getting killed over and over. As now T1 is 4v1, Chovy is alone. He's just gonna be taken out eventually. Down he will go. Owner takes it, and Pays wasn't even there. I mean, it should be Baron for T1.
It's like the game Lemmings, you know? If you're just going to trickle in one by one into T1.
And get away, but that's okay, engage comes in from Genji. They finally pull the trigger. This is pretty nice, but Faker is going to get away, and it's Guma, who did not get gauged upon, of course. He is the Zaya, gets flashed on, presses his R button, and T1 looks like they should stop this first game, although Pays is going to get the 1 kill. Guma eats a hit from the Soldier, as now maybe they went a bit too far.
Teleport though from Faker.
Quite strong with a flash over the Divide, and it will be enough. T1 playing with fire, but they do get there in the end. They wipe Genji, and they will take down this game number 3.
And that 18.5 minute inhibitor's down, so there's super minions on the Nexus. It just absolutely destroyed Genji in this one. And oh man, I don't know if you can mentally recover from 2 losses like that. A narrow loss, obviously, in the second game, but this one, until it didn't. And Guma does 20,000 damage in this game with the early lead he was gifted by Pays and Delight. And this is going to be do or die. It's time to clutch it out, Genji. You're going either to push us to Silver Scrapes with a draft like this with decisive plays. Or we're just playing Bane. Okay, I thought they were just going to play Sivir and he was just teasing us.
Okay, well.
And every time we haven't liked the T1 draft, Valdez.
GP comes out the Yone as well. A lot of risks taken in this draft. Let's hop into the Rift for game number 4. Or Zeus is going to kill you, right? Like, that's why triple threat works a lot. So, similarly, on the side of Genji, if you go all in to kill Peas, who's got Cleanse and an Alistair in front of him, then maybe Doran's going to just barrel your whole team, or Jovi's going to hit a huge Yone ultimate. So, I think it is a very similar feel in this one.
Him not because of him, and then that changed But when he plays the GP, he puts a lot of pressure on the lane. He passively generates income. He becomes a scaling threat. His barrel chains have been really good. He's one of our resident Korean GPs here. And I think that if you look at what the composition of T1s is trying to do, it's going to be hard to punish this GP in team fights with the Vayne. The damage isn't going to necessarily be there. If you're trying to get on top of him as Jax, like I think that's your better bet. If he gets caught by, for example, a Sejuani ultimate, that could be how he dies first. Yeah. Like there are ways, but if he's just left to his own devices, he's going to do a lot, and Vayne can't really get to him.
Yeah, absolutely. As we've seen this combo at least now twice.
Here. Owner's going to go around here all the way. Heavy commitment, trying to kill his GP.
All right, they're trying to get on in. He is going to use the apple really early on, the oranges rather, as that's going to be first blood given over to Zeus.
Sheen is picked up. Chovy putting some serious pressure on here in this lane, and this is definitely kind of been one of the consistent points here for Gen.G, is always trying to get those early advantages. Chovy has been pretty good at that, even though it hasn't translated to big wins.
Faker does take a bunch more. Peanut waiting in the wings. Chovy, let's see if he can crash this with Q3. As let's see, there's Peanut, but here's Owner as well, but the damage is coming out too fast. Peanut now, no twisted advance, but he is just going to walk this one out. Unfortunately, the Sejuani not doing too much, as Unbound Soul kind of confusingly, as Chovy is going to get frozen up and will walk it out.
So they get away. Faker is going to be able to get the plate. Looks like he almost didn't get it, but he does pick that one up, so at least that's
and Doran, once again, Owner going to flash on in. No flash here available for Doran, and you can't cleanse both of those. That's another death here for Doran. Excellently set up, and this is what we wanted to see from T1. They're doing it between Zeus and Owner.
And finally, like, they actually got the Sejuani duo, and all it took.
And remember that Gen.G got it in game 1, actually, and they didn't play around it, you know, amazingly, but they still won the game. Whereas this time around, it's a heavy focus. Is now trying to follow up on the play. Here is the Wombo combo. It's the Oni ultimate. Gonna hit them both. This Keria does keep him alive for a while, but the Q3 is huge. Gonna knock up both Keria and Faker as the Emperor's Divide.
Oh,
now, as he's gonna get caught by Maokai. That's 3 kills going the way of Gen.G.
You just don't want to be opting into these fights here, into Zeri, into Yone. Bit of a lack of respect here from T1. And then
so clean.
Faker, Emperor's Divide, he just can't walk out fast enough.
Yeah. And excellent setup from the side of Delight, by the way. I know we highlight Chovy's play, but Delight was the one who saw the angle.
갱플 어시 4개 넣어놨어. 킬까지 먹었네.
Oh man, he is so hyped about this as well, and like, okay.
He's very far down the lane as the flash comes in, and Faker's in a lot of trouble. Has flash himself. I don't think he's going to even bother to use it, as just throws up a bunch of soldiers. But that's another kill given over to Chovy, who is 3-0 now on his Yone.
It's reminiscent of game 1. You follow up on Owner's ult as well. Is this Rift Herald fight here? T1 not fully set up. Zeus coming down now, and Chovy's going to have to go back to that. Zeus could find an angle potentially.
He could. He's thinking about it. He is going to get knocked back here by Peanut, who keeps Chovy safe, but 5 members at T1 just trying to zone them in the choke. They want to take down this objective as the smite will go over to Owner. The engage now from Delight, rather, is pretty good, but Paige is getting low, and he just gets popped by Zeus, who gets to that backline. But look at Chovy as well. Is doing incredible damage on Aguma, takes him down as the carries are really going 1-for-1 here, but still T1 on the chase. They have Zeus, they have Faker, who did use his ultimate, and Delight looks like he will have to sacrifice to get out of this one. So T1
Chovy, though,
trying to get Chovy here. That's a big shutdown if they could, but they're not going to be able to lock down the unit.
Shielding power and tenacity. Gen.G looking to force this.
Yep. We will have a fight. Both teams declare as Zeus has a Mega Cone. He's got an angle. I think he's spotted just barely on the end of that. As in he goes. The spite is early from the side of Peanut. It goes to T1. Big knockups coming in now, but a lot of low health bars here on the side of Gen.G. As Chovy has to ult away. He is not going to be able to follow up on that initial engage.
The fact that Zeus could just walk up to these turrets and say goodbye is very problematic for map control.
Oh, the sapling keeping him around. They want to engage on Zeus right now, but they're so scared of him. They're just hopping away, but now no counter-strike. Can they burst him down? Zeus is alone, and he lives for an incredibly long amount of time as Chovy can't quite take him. They finally get him at the end as Chovy will pick up the kill. Zeus isolated, and now it's 5v4.
That Gen.G should definitely be able to start up this Baron here. As Yone doesn't have ult, obviously, but still, they have the man advantage. Teleport back from Chovy.
A lot of damage being done right now by Faker. You see those Sand Soldiers owner trying to get into the pit as Chovy looking for the angle, not going to get the knockup, has to go back. And
this is awkward now.
Yeah, it gets real awkward as the divide comes in. Delight going to engage, is going to take away Faker as he is not able to live. And now Guma just being hounded down, gets the 1 kill, but it's a double for the side of his opponent, Pays, who just barely not going to hit that, but Guma is pretty doomed. Down he goes, Pays going to pick up 3.
We can't build IE third, you know, on this anymore, but he's going to pick up a ton of money, and they're going to get the Baron. Zeus going to try to come here, last ditch attempt to steal.
Yeah.
And...
Burst is coming in. Oh, he's going to charge over, and he's not able to avoid. Oh, he flashes. Jeez, that was close. Got in with like 1,000 health, but not quite able to do it. That's Flash now down, and Gen G in control of this game. And Peanut is here, but Zeus just kind of following his prey at this moment in time as Peanut is going to come on down, but the TP is in position. Now Doran's just going to have to flash. We got TP coming in here from Chovy as he's like, oh God, get me out of here. I didn't want to join in on this. I didn't ask for any of this. Is Peanut just going to dab his way out?
They're just going straight towards the Drake too. His weight is going to pay off. Another lurk from the Jax.
Uh-oh, Pays in trouble, and he is going to cleanse. They get the cleanse as now Zeus goes into a stopwatch. Delight taking a bunch of damage. The wombo combos here is taking a huge amount as the Jackson. He will go down through the counter-strike, and now Pays has the front line. The engage from Delight is insane, and it looks like Genji will absorb the pressure and should be able to take down this game number 4. It's a clean ace to the side of Genji, and they'll push down and bring us to Silver Scrapes.
It was a great try from Zeus, but with the press of his cleanse button, Pays is A-OK, and they are going to be able to win that longer fight. T1 putting up a good fight here with the Zeus resources they were given. Everything we wanted to see from this team. The Jax, the Sejuani, they had an early lead, but everything else going so wrong in those early game fights where Chovy got ahead is just ultimately too much here for T1. And it looks like, again, we are going to Silver Scrapes here, Valdez, in a T1 series.
Given an opportunity to do anything in this game.
Yeah, the game was so lopsided that Genji has identified their win conditions are to slow it down a little bit and look for great 5v5 fights where they have pretty nice range advantages, plus pretty consistent engages. Is going to be always in danger here. They're going to consider some other options here in terms of pushing into the Alistar, but they do opt into the Rel. You know, the Lulu was still available, but doesn't feel great in this composition. And it's just going to be Doran K'Sante here.
Yep. Chovy's back on Yone. I almost said Yone's back on Chovy, basically means the same thing. Here we go, guys. We are ready for Game 5. Silver Scrapes. Let's hop onto the Rift. Does deserve to be given over to T1 for the run they have been able to make. Nobody really expecting it.
Maokai, it feels really good here, actually. You can follow up on engage with your Q3. You have a lot of space. You have a lot of time to stack those up and get on top of some of these targets. You can peel really well for the engage. So the K'Sante actually does feel like one of those points in the draft you're not excited about. So, Faker again.
Yeah, the timing of this is perfect from Peanut as the flash on it. Going to take Peanut all the way underneath the turret. Will it matter as he takes 2 turret shots?
With the root, you're going to get pulled because Faker always does this. He pushes his advantages and then just jumps to his Sand Soldier and dashes max range. He shuffles, as it's called here colloquially in the LCK, back to his turret and flashes, and that pulls Peanut into too much turret aggro before Chovy can layer that damage on top. And so, yeah, Faker loses flash here, but Peanut will as well.
Big rotation over. Now, this is Poppy. I don't think that Chovy alone can really deal with double buff Poppy. And in fact, it's going to be the flash in as Keria sets it up, picks up first blood. And Chovy not respecting the Poppy and not respecting that first roam from the bottom lane.
In esports on both sides. You could just feel the tension. His owner's going to smite this one away. Great start here for T1. Faker handles the pressure from Peanut. He's down a flash. Then Yone gets caught. Now Chovy also down both summoners. It's going to be a little bit tougher for him to put the pressure on he wants here in this lane against Faker. See if Peanut gets punished again.
Peanut doesn't get to jungle. I mean, owner, he can just sit in front of him, take his camps, smite them away.
Keria over here going to get zoned out as Peanut says, okay, if you want to play vertical, we'll play vertical.
From Faker. He's in position, reading the play. Now, Keria could try to make a play himself, but full summoners on the bottom side and doesn't quite pan out. Maybe expecting more of a heavy dive in from Genji.
Level 6 here, first for Delight.
Generally don't play with the bulls.
No.
They're pretty aggressive. Especially Delight's Alistair.
And he took the red chroma on the Kai'Sa.
Yeah, don't do that, as now we get a little bit of ults using actually 3 in the bottom side as the dive is coming in, but it is very lackluster. Delight nearly dies, and a very forced dive does not work out here onto Guma and Keria.
Okay, here comes Keria. He has level 6.
I'm gonna try to go for it, but Delight, he's playing Alistair in Arel. He's just marking him the whole way. His owner gonna keep his verdict to really no avail, like nothing happens. And it's another Chemtech soul.
Yeah, another one.
Yeah, Zeus just gonna read the play at the end of the day. Or is he? He's just going to face check instead into Gen G. Now there's not a lot of damage between these two as the ult comes out from Zeus and owner's trying to help out, but he gets knocked away as the double Q3 does come in from the Cassandra, but Counter-Strike is up again as Paige makes his way in and collects the kill as it was 4-on-1 at the very end.
Oh, this is pretty huge for Gen G, and I really like the way they use the CC there, making sure they get the maximum duration.
I mean, Chovy's just parked himself in the bottom side. Looks like Keria wants to try to get Zeus ahead. As let's see how this one does go, but the ult is buffered. Chovy gets out, and he will be okay. And now that means that Gen G, seeing Keria down there, can threaten here on the second Rift Herald. I don't think it's the way, but, you know, it'll make him tanky. There's still triple threat here on the side of T1. Let's see what he decides to do. Maybe it's Sunfire this time. As Gen G and T1, they are throwing it down for a Chemtech Drake.
Okay.
It is happening.
Hayes got to be watching that position. He's got red-white here. Chovy coming in for flash engage potentially.
Well, that's the Poppycopter, not going to hit anyone as Zeus is marked. They're just trying to turn onto him. They don't care about the Drake. They just want to take down the Jax. As Doran is in there, he just dies for free. Both top laners. As now Peanut just going to run on in and take a look at that. The Hellfire owner just going to be zapped away. It's a huge effort divide from Faker, but I don't think it's enough as he's going to get away, but the rest of the team is not. And in fact, Faker will not get away as Gen G are going to ace T1 on the Chemtech Dragon.
Last time, and this man is just out of control, and it's always the positioning, Valdez. The positioning of this man.
Yeah.
No vision, doesn't care.
I mean, there's nothing else to say. I mean, just wait for the perfect moments. Yeah, and there it is, the Calibrum Q to finish it off.
알리 방금 미쳤는데?
Alistair was crazy. It's going to knock away owner, but the damage here on the Baron a little bit slow, but the Maokai ultimate might be enough. He's taxiing in. Owner is not going to get it. He won't be able to steal it. The Counter-Strike hits 5, but it's still going to be 5 members of Gen G that are taking the fight as owner's low. Down goes Faker, and Paze is taking names once again. As Zeus, it looks like he's dead as well. Doran just going to make an end of him as that is another ace.
It is just hard to imagine a world where they don't walk out the victors of this one. Pushing now this bottom inhibitor.
Bit of damage coming in onto Doran. He's going pretty deep for this one. Don't necessarily have to do that. The Space is like, man, I just want to hit the inhibitor. Please just, just calm down. Like, just let me hit this objective. Thank you. And that he will, but the Poppycopter comes out and they will in fact deny the inhibitor from going down for now.
Yeah.
Although
Baron wears off, but they have
there
enough.
it is.
Yeah, they have enough. Yeah. I mean, this is starting to stack up now. Like, Zeus did his due diligence to push it out earlier, but I love how Gen G just delay. They let the minions do the work. They let the minions do the work. Chovy gonna teleport back in here with level 16. His ult's back as well. Good luck, T1. One more fight.
Oh, they're gonna catch owner. He's over there on the right side, but he is Poppy. Is it gonna matter as he's so low and the damage is just insane? But Zeus finds the angle on the Chovy in the backline, gets the GA. Finally, Faker goes in, but I'm not sure if that's the angle. Counter-Strike is huge as Zeus. He's desperate, but he will not have it in this game. And they have a waving bot, and Gen G, they just booked their tickets to the finals.
That is absolutely right, Valdez. One more fight. One more fight for T1, but it's not enough. It doesn't come together. And even with the leap onto Paze, he has GA. He pops back up, and they try to kill him a second time, but they will not. And as you say, Gen G are going to be the team to advance to the finals first here against their old nemesis, T1.
Yes, it looks like it, although the inhibitor is going to respawn and is going to delay things just a little bit. Gen G will continue on this path, though. They will take down the Nexus. It looks like it's Keria and Owner. They are so desperate as Gen G. Oh, here comes Guma, gonna take out Pace. Doesn't matter. Gen G, they're going to the finals, and they have booked their ticket to Worlds. I'd say the game 3, 4, 5 of his life. Game 1 and 2, not so much, but it's okay. You know, we're not all perfect. They get across the line.
The most important win.
Deserve to.
Yeah, the most important win to take is the third one in a best of 5. And you know what? That's the one you get excited for.